Peace. Wait a second. Peace. Wait a second. Peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Beautiful deep divers, we are here. I hope your day is going good. Shout out to everyone who's here. Everyone who's diving deep. It's so good to see you. Much love to everyone who's here. So, everything you need to know to live your best life. Everything you need to know to have a better life. Everything you need to know so everything can work out. The secret recipe to becoming your greatest version. We're not playing around, deep divers. You see, this information I'm about to share with you is really going to change your life. Shout out to everyone who's here, everyone who's diving deep, reading every single comment. And we've got so much to talk about, so much to talk about. Once again, shout out to everyone who's been getting the #1 best-selling book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the-book. The Bible of Becoming Your Greatest Version. Also, check out the Good Ass Prana shirts at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. And the book of 1111 Infinite Quotes. Go and check out that latest book, The Secret Recipe to Becoming Your Greatest Version. Shout out to everyone who's here. Everybody who's diving deep. We've got a lot to talk about, deep divers. We've got so much to dive into. And I said, I got to go live on this topic. I've really got to talk to you in live time. So we're about to start. You got questions? I'm going to answer them. Oh yeah, shout out to everyone who's here, everyone who's diving deep. We've got so much to dive into. Serene Grace, you're most definitely appreciated. Thank you so much. Many, many blessings and much love to you, Ralphie, and all deep divers bossing up today with all so we can connect and raise our wisdom with loving actions. Hey, you're most definitely appreciated. Serene Grace, thank you so much. Coming in on the 33. So deep divers, everything you need to know to change your life for the better. The secret recipe to becoming your greatest version. We got a lot to talk about. We got so much to talk about, deep divers. But can we elevate first? Let's elevate.
They hate when you elevate. They stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. Yeah. They hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate. Yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way too fly. Yeah, I'm feeling myself. Ain't no chance I'm coming down, no. Got a soul view to myself, yeah. Why would I give it up? Why do they wanna come take my place? I work too hard for it, don't need a replacement. This my vocation, now I got rollies, all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Water all bad like we trapped in the matrix. Bet on myself and go ball out in Vegas. Living a life like I'm rich and I'm famous. Don't see the grind that I know that it came with. I ain't make it this far for myself, yeah. They never believed that I would really fly. I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate. Yeah. I had to elevate. Ooh, yeah. Why they wanna bring me down? So much drip, yeah, I almost drowned in it. I can't get me down. Yeah, I'm way too fired up. I can't simmer down. Ooh, yeah, yeah. I see the flashing lights. Make sure the fashion right. Yeah, I'm in my bag tonight. Yeah. Ooh, I might just pull up a foreign. Watch out, the engine is roaring. It's too loud, you can ignore it. Yeah, yeah. This the high life with a view. You get the habit on, no need to choose. First, let me demonstrate how you can rise to the top. Yeah, I had to elevate. Yeah.
Oh, we're elevating. Shout out to everyone who's here, everyone who's diving deep. Once again, deep divers, I hope your day is going good. I hope all of you are taking care of yourself. You know, life is great when you're on your journey to manifestation. Life is fantastic when you're on your journey to becoming your greatest version. That's what we all came here to do. No information is more important than you becoming your greatest version. Let me repeat that. No information is more important than you becoming your greatest version. It is the most important topic. The reason why is because it's the one that can change your life. And that's why everything I do, I always focus on the topic of becoming your greatest version. I always talk of tangibles. I always say, let me see how my life has changed. Let's see how our life is changing. Because you see, a lot of people, when we talk of diving deep, a lot of people focus on things which don't grow them. They focus on things that don't serve them. And we have to remind ourselves every single day, you got to have tunnel vision. You got to be like this on your dream. Because I see so many people with so much talent. And I'm like, you should have manifested by now. I'm like, your vision should have manifested by now. What's going on? And I realize so many people, they bury their talents. So many people, they hide their talents. So this video is everything that you need to know for a better life. Everything that you need to know to become your greatest version. We're going to talk about it all, deep divers. We're going to talk about it all, right? So I had put out a video about leveling up. And once again, this is your show. It's not my show, it's your show. If there's something on your mind you want me to talk about, we can talk about it. Leave a message. Hit that super chat. Leave a message. We can talk about it. Also, hit that like button. Share the video. Everything you need to know to change your life for the best. The secret recipe to becoming your greatest version. So let's start with this, deep divers. First and foremost, I'm somebody who has mastered, and I'm still mastering, the art of becoming your greatest version. What I do know with over a decade of experience is that you have to know what you want. You see, when we talk of leveling up, when we talk of going to the next level of your life, you must know exactly what it is you want. You must have a clear vision in your mind of your aims, goals, and objectives. Every single day, if you know what you want, you will manifest 10 times faster. You will manifest 10 times more. The people who know exactly what they want will always go further than the people who don't. And this is the reason why I always tell you, what is it you want? If you don't know what you want, you'll end up with anything. And this is key when we talk of the secret recipe to becoming your greatest version. Every single day, I have a vision board, right? And the vision board should show you what you want to manifest in your life. The vision board should show you what you want to attract into your life. So ask yourself, do I have a vision board? Am I writing in a journal about what it is I want to manifest in life? If you don't start with that, it's going to be very difficult. You got to write it all out. And that's the benefits of writing, putting pen to paper, lead to paper, because this is how you can manifest your greatest, wildest dreams. You see, affirmations are powerful. When you start with I am, that is truly powerful. I always say the power of your words are phenomenal. The power of your words are phenomenal. And I said many years ago, I am going to inspire millions of people. I'm going to help millions of people become their greatest version. Everything I said came true. It became a living reality because I spoke it into existence. And when we talk about becoming your greatest version, living your best life, being your best version, you must remind yourself you don't have all the time in the world. You have to get it done right now. You see, so many people, they mess around in their 20s. In their 30s, they're looking a little bit shaky, baby. In their 40s, they're really stuck. But people who are already prepared in their 20s, their 30s is early retirement. Their 40s, they're already a boss. Their 50s, they're in a victory lap mode because they already planted the seeds that their future self is thanking them for. I always tell you, you have to plant the seeds today that your future self is thanking you for. What am I doing right now that is going to support me in the next 5 years? This is the question you want to ask yourself. What am I doing right now that's going to support me in the next 5 years? Once again, what am I doing right now that's going to support me in the next 5 years? That's a very pertinent, important question to ask yourself. What am I doing right now that's going to support me in the next 5 years? Let me shout out to Breathe Normal again. You are appreciated. Peace, Ralph. I'm a YouTuber myself. That's all about love, positivity, understanding. And I just wanted to show my gratitude because of you. You are the reason I started doing YouTube and the reason I look at life totally different. Keep it up. Hey. That's fantastic. That's fantastic because right now we've got to remind ourselves to fulfill the dream. We have to remind ourselves to level up. You know, I made the video about what wealthy people do and what people do in a poverty mindset. You know, one of the things I said, which is very important because this ties into living your best life. You know, I said service, right? And this is everything you need to know to change your life for the better. The secret recipe to becoming your greatest version. Service. See, service is not just working a job. I've been working since I was 16. I was working since I was 16. In fact, 14, I was doing the paper round. Bart Simpson. But you see, service is totally different. When I talk of service, I'm talking about a humanitarian service. I'm talking about a service that's going to impact people to help them become their greatest versions. And that service is what you have to be tapped into. That service is what you have to say, okay, right now, I'm going to make sure I'm going to focus on providing a service to other people. You see, I'm a psychologist. I'm a criminologist. I was working in a job which was paying me extremely great. But I said, okay, I want to inspire other people. So I didn't get into YouTube creating for a hustle. I was already established. But I wanted to change people's lives. I wanted to serve people. Even though I was working in a job, it wasn't a full service to humanity. And when we talk of living your best life, becoming your greatest version, being your best version, you have to ask yourself, how am I serving other people? We're living in a world right now where a lot of people are very egocentric. A lot of people have mastered the selfie. Now they need to master thyself. That's a slow motion this side. And this is the trap, the trap of feeling like you've accomplished something when in actuality, how are you helping me? So every single day, ask yourself, how are you helping someone else? This is key. This is game changing. How am I helping someone else level up? How am I focusing on the information I need to go to the next level? I always tell you, in the end, the people who have the information, who focus on the information that can help them become their greatest version, these are the ones who manifest. These are the ones who are living a great life, taking trips to the Bahamas, taking care of their children, living good, because they've been able to tune in into information that's going to change their life for the better. A lot of people get caught up in drama. A lot of people get caught up in gossip. But you have to ask yourself, how is this impacting me? How is this changing my life? I even talk of so many other things on this channel, and they're all important. But this is the most important information always about how to become your greatest version, how to be your best version. It's essential. Knowledge is everything. And I say read a book a day. Read a book a day. I used to work in a library a long, long time ago. And I realized that just a book can change your entire lifestyle. And I realized that in today's world, a lot of people aren't reading like they used to, because you see everything is with your smartphone. But this is game changing. And this is everything you need to know to change your life for the best. Get into the books. One of the early books I was reading Napoleon Hill, Think Rich, Grow Rich. And I was listening to a lot of Napoleon Hill. And I realized that actually that's the information I need. Because you see, I want to change my life right now. And when we talk of becoming our greatest versions, we have to remind ourselves, are we around people who are already there? That's fundamental. Are we around people who are already there? Are we around people who are really already manifested or on that way, on that journey? This is essential. Because a lot of people don't realize some people have already been there, done that, got the t-shirt. And if we can befriend these people, if we can really learn from them, great things happen. So every single day, ask yourself, am I surrounding myself with the right mentors, the right teachers, the right people who've already been there and done that? Deep divers, hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. I hope your day is going good. I hope everyone's day is going good. And like I said, let me go live with this topic. Because I know for sure a lot of humans are always in a state of cognitive dissonance. And cognitive dissonance is when you say one thing, but you do another. You say one thing, you do another. And when we talk of becoming your greatest version, you got to stop doing that. A lot of people say, yeah, I want to change my life. I want to live in abundance. But your actions show something completely different. It's not going to happen. Definitely not going to happen. So I always tell people, if you're really about changing your life, living your best version, and becoming your best version, are you sure that you are acting like you're talking and talking like you're acting? For instance, I make videos on so many different topics, and I always know that people want entertainment because that's how human beings are. I'm a psychologist, so I know people want stimulation. But you see, I also know that there are a lot of people on this channel who are really focused about becoming their greatest version. And these people, they're smart enough to know that, let me get that information as well. Because this is the information that can change my life. Let me shout out to everyone who's here. Deep divers, hit that like button. Much love to everyone who's here. You got a question, deep divers? Reading every single super chat. It will be displayed on the screen. And also, what's on your mind? There's so much to talk about. So much to dive into. Quantum Dynamic 8, you're most definitely appreciated. Thank you so much. How do we accelerate the core momentum to receive at the coercion point? I love and appreciate your presence, work, and support. I love your teachings, and they do create phenomenal breakthroughs in my life every moment. Thank you. Hey. How do we accelerate the core momentum? You've got to remind yourself that consistency is key. In anything, for you to create momentum, you must always be consistent. You must always be consistent. In anything you do, strive to be consistent. That is key. That is first and foremost. You see, a lot of people say, Ralph, you're always creating so much great content. And it's because I learned from my mentor early on who said, Ralph, you have to learn how to be consistent. See, Michael Jordan was one of the greatest NBA basketball players, not just because of his skill, which was phenomenal, but because he was so consistent. He was the first one in the gym. He was the last one to leave. He was the first one in the gym. He was the last one to leave. His work ethic was alien-like. And this is the reason why they said Michael Jordan is the best of all time, because he was not only a skilled basketball player, he was consistent. Ralph Smart is consistent. And if you really want to build that core momentum, ask yourself, we all have the same time in the day. Am I really utilizing all the time I have? You see, a lot of people wait. They say, I'll do it tomorrow. You know, procrastination. They say, I'll do it next week. I'll do it in a month's time. So they lose momentum. And therefore, they lose this power to generate a greater manifestation. Momentum is created through consistency. And if you do something every day, by the end of the month, you will start to see the fruits of your labor. You will start to see amazing results. So this is how to really build the core momentum. Everything you need to know, deep divers, to change your life for the best, the secret recipe to becoming your greatest version. So affirmations are an integral part of my life. And when I say affirmation, I'm not just talking about saying something over and over again. I'm talking about saying it with intention behind it. This is very important. A lot of people say an affirmation, but there's no energy there. There's no passion there. They're just saying something they've read that sounds good. It's a pretty sentence. Then they go back to the old habits. When we talk of the secret recipe to becoming your best version, you must begin to say your affirmations with intention behind them. So when you say something, then actually visualize it in your mind. It's going to bring that manifestation closer to you. Let me give you an example. A lot of people say, for example, I want to be rich. I want happiness. I want to find the one, my twin flame, right? I want to be healthier. They say these things, but then they don't do anything after it. So it's what I call a stale affirmation. The affirmation has no power. Affirmations only work with intention behind them. Let me repeat that. Affirmations only work with intention behind them. Let me shout out to the wonderful Sheila in the house. You're most definitely appreciated, Sheila. Sheila, shout out to you. Thank you, Sheila. Affirmations only work with intention behind them. Your words only have power when you act on them. So this is everything you need to know to change your life for the best. The secret recipe to becoming your best version. When you say an affirmation, it must be with energy, intention, focus, and most of all, action. And you're going to realize that you're going to see how your words match your actions. And this is a key step in becoming your best version. I don't say, hey, I'm going to inspire people. I just do it. And you see me day in, day out. I'm not a big talker. A lot of the times I'm very quiet. When I'm out and about, people say, what do you do? I say, don't worry about it. You'll see it. You'll see it, right? But there are people out there who talk and talk. They got so much to tell you about what they're going to do. And the problem is all of that talking without action means it's only hollow words. And this is the reason why a lot of people don't really manifest and become their best version. Because they've got all the words, they got no action. You need to start putting the action on play. And you have to press pause on the talking all the time. But when you do say an affirmation, visualize it in your mind to say, okay, I can see it and I'm going to do something about it. And this is the reason why a lot of people I know who are master manifestors like myself, they're not reading a lot of books on the law of attraction for a reason. Because you see, there are a lot of people who read a lot of books on the law of attraction, but they haven't manifested what they want. So you must remind yourself, while knowledge is a good step in the right direction, it's not the only step you have to take. Because knowledge can only take you so far until now you have to go into the practical. And it's what I call being out in the field. When you go out into the field, great things happen. And going out into the field is all about you realizing, now I got to fail. I got to fall on my ass. It's got to go wrong. And this is how you actually become your best version. You have to remind yourself, you're going to need these hard times. You're going to need times where you want to cry, when things don't go your way, when it's really hard. You need that. In fact, it is essential. You know, I started live streaming because I said, doing these live podcast shows, because I said, I want to get out of my comfort zone. I said, I want to get out of in nature. I love nature. Like, I can I'm making videos in nature every single day, regardless. But then I was seeing these people on Twitch. I'm like, what's that? Oh, they're live streaming. Oh, that's pretty cool. And I said, okay, I got to start podcasting, live streaming, and I got to step out of my comfort zone. So when I do these things, I know it's helping me become my best version because I'm doing something totally different. I'm always outside in the heart of nature. It's weird for me to be indoors. It's weird for me to be indoors. But I always say I'm left hand, right hand. I am someone who loves to learn everything from different sides, different angles. I am Blue Rose. You're most definitely appreciated. Any object in motion will stay in motion until acted upon by an outside force. Now imagine that object is your mind. Slow motion. I am Blue Rose. That was powerful right there. That was powerful right there. Studio H in the house. How you feeling? Shout out to you. I appreciate your beautiful energy and wisdom. How can we mentally let go of our parents who never tried to see things through frequencies and vibrations? That's a great question. That's a phenomenal question. How can we mentally let go of parents who never tried to see things through frequencies and vibrations? Let me screenshot that. Let me tell you this, Studio H, that there's levels to this. And you're on a different level. And many times when you're on a higher level and people are still at a lower level, even your parents, we sometimes just want them to see the way we see things. And you have to remind yourself, not everyone's ready to go to the next level. You've done the work. You've done the inner work. You're more self-aware. And that's the reason why you can see through frequencies and vibrations. They can't. You got to remind yourself that there's nothing you can do except lead by example, until eventually they're going to see your life and say, okay, what you're doing is amazing. Happened to me. You see, when I was first sharing on YouTube, nobody believed in me. They said, hey, just stick with a regular matrix job. It's not going to work out. But as I started to grow, as I started to publish #1 best-selling books, they said, wait a minute. You might be onto something. They become fans. They say, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I liken it to winning the lottery. Before you win the lottery, no one is there to support you. When you win the lottery, everyone wants to be your friend and they want to support you. They're acting like they knew you all your whole life. Obviously, that's because you've won the lottery. And you have to win the lottery. And when you change your life, it's going to be undeniable. People have no other option but to respect what you do. And this is going to help them change how they see things through your example by becoming your best version. Great question. Deep divers, hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video, reading every single super chat. So everything you need to know to change your life for the best, the secret recipe to becoming your greatest version. So you must know what you want. You must also set daily goals. Every single day, you must set goals. You must make your entire life a place where you set goals. You want to have big goals, like climbing Mount Everest kind of goals. Because the bigger your goal, the more energy you can have for it. You see, what happens when people don't have big goals, big visions? They wake up and they just accept a mediocre life. And then they complain about it. They say, I'm not happy, I'm not fulfilled. And I tell them that's because you didn't set a big enough goal. What is the biggest goal that you want for yourself? What is something that you want for yourself right now, deep divers, that you haven't manifested? Let me repeat that. What is something that you want for yourself right now that you have not manifested? What is something that you want for yourself right now that you have not manifested? Can you think of something? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. What is something that you want for yourself right now that you have not manifested? Because this is very important. This is extremely important. Extremely important. Someone is saying twin flame. Okay, quantum dynamic 8. We're going to find you your twin flame. Don't worry about it. Sam Hanks is saying peace of mind. Okay, truth seer, shout out to you. Good health. Okay. Elliot James, Jessica Alba. Okay. Malika Simone, freedom. Luke, a healthy relationship. Sola, stability. Londa, attract. Food of life, control of my life. A completed song, someone is saying. 5D music scene, $1 million. Hey. Dolby Vision, financial freedom. Blake, traveling. Elliot, Super Bowl MVP. So you see, this is the reason why we set goals, because you see, the art and the secret to become your greatest version, become your best version, is to set big goals. Because the more goals you set, the more you realize you still haven't manifested it. And this gives you something to work towards. My goal was to say, okay, let me master creating in a different way. That's why I started to do live streaming a bit more. And also my goal was to say, okay, I want to be financially free, out of the rat race, out of the matrix. So I had to work towards that. And this is the reason why when we talk about becoming your best version, you need that goal. Wake up with an agenda. You see, even the media wake up with an agenda every single day. They wake up with a big agenda. And you have to wake up with a big agenda every single day. Everything you need to know to change your life for the best, the secret recipe to becoming your greatest version. You see, I had to learn early on, deep divers, that pleasure is not always the best for you. Pleasure is not always the best for you. Pleasure is not always the best for you. You know, having something that you want because it's going to be like making you feel good may not be actually what's good for you. Sometimes you need blood, sweat, and tears. It may feel horrible, but in the long run, it's actually good for you. And you have to be aware of this dynamic that plays out in all of our lives. For instance, you come home and what do you want to do? You want to relax. You want to entertain yourself. So by the time, time passes, you're entertaining yourself, then you go to bed, and what you realize is that actually I haven't actually leveled up because I haven't challenged myself. I haven't challenged myself to learn something new. And I had to realize that early on. I had to say, okay, I don't want the pleasure of a Netflix film or watching a film. I want to challenge myself. I want to go through blood, sweat, and tears. I want to learn something I don't know how to do right now. And this is the secret recipe to becoming your greatest version. Every single day, make sure you are doing something that's challenging. It's going to frustrate you. It's going to make you tired. It's going to make you want to give up. That's a good thing. That's fantastic. That means the breakthrough is coming. You see, a lot of people in this new world, they don't want any conflict, any challenge, any resistance. And to become your best version, you're going to need all three of those things. The conflict is the conflict you have with yourself to say, okay, let me hunker down. Let me focus on what I need to focus on. It's not easy. It's going to be a battle because you see, for so long, so many people just want pleasure, entertainment. Are you not entertained? So when you want to focus for the first time, there's going to be a lot of inner conflict. But eventually, you're going to find this peace. But you have to train yourself. That's why I always say, train your mind. Train your mind every single day. You have to have discipline. You have to have discipline. This is the secret recipe to becoming your best version. You need that discipline. And a lot of people say, hey, I want to make lots of money. Well, you need that knowledge. And you need that service. How are you serving humanity? How are you serving your neighbor? And this is key. Live a life of service every single day. Poverty is a mindset. Abundance is also a mindset. And that word, mindset, is everything to becoming your best version. You need the right mindset for a whole new life. Not the right Gucci bag. You need the right mindset to get set in life. And this is so important. One of the biggest things we see right now is 15 minutes of fame, 15 seconds of fame. A lot of people confuse attention with their best version. Let me repeat that. A lot of people confuse attention for their best version. Let me repeat that. A lot of people confuse attention for their best version. They think that if I'm getting all of this attention, I must be doing something right. And it's tricky because a lot of people actually do receive a lot of attention, sometimes by clout chasing or whatever. And they now think that this is helping them become their best version. This is the world we're living in. And because you might have some attention, maybe you got 100,000 YouTube subscribers, Instagram followers, or whatever, you now think that you've made it. And this is the reason why a lot of people, they go down that road until they realize, actually, I still got to work on myself. Actually, I got a whole lot of work to do. Don't be fooled by how much attention you get, because that doesn't mean anything. You have to take a look at yourself and say, okay, am I where I really want to be? Am I where I really want to be? Am I where I really want to be? Are you where you really want to be, deep divers? That's the question. Because you see, we're in a world right now where a lot of people are not where they want to be. Let me ask everybody, are you exactly where you want to be? Deep divers, hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. You got a question? Let me know. Are you where you want to be? Are you exactly where you want to be? You have to be honest with yourself every single day. Because a lot of people are not exactly where they want to be. Because if they were where they want to be, they wouldn't be doing that. So we have to be brutally honest with ourselves. Are we exactly where we want to be? Are you exactly where you want to be? A lot of people are saying no, right? And that's the truth of the situation. A lot of people aren't where they really want to be. And when we talk of the secret recipe to becoming your greatest version, you got to say, what do I need to do to get there? What do I need to do to get there? I was wise enough to realize that what I needed to do to get there was listen to other people who were already there. I always thank my mentor. Who said, Ralph, you can get there, but you're going to have to listen to me because I'm already here. I said, I don't want to listen to you. I know how to do it. He said, okay, go on then. I had to call him right back. Hey, help me out. Because you see, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So I was listening. And I realized that the reason why I wasn't becoming my best version then and there was because I was in cognitive dissonance, which is what so many people are in. You have people who post sometimes an inspiring quote on Instagram, but then they're living a life of savagery. They're on demon time. So things aren't aligning. You say you want one thing, but you're doing a whole nother thing. And the people who are manifesting like Ralph Smart beyond his wildest dreams are people who make sure that everything is in alignment. The words match the actions. The thoughts match the words and the actions. So there's this beautiful synergy, chemistry between words, thoughts, and actions. And this is the secret recipe to becoming your best version. Knowledge is important. Service is so important. Removing poverty mindsets are very important. You know, one of the most important things is to learn every single day who you want to be. Do I want to be in poverty, which is a mindset, or do I want to be in abundance? What do you want to be in, deep divers? Do you want to be in a poverty mindset, or do you want to be in an abundant mindset? Which one do you want? Because you got to choose. You got to choose. What are you choosing, deep divers? What are you choosing? What are you choosing? Are you choosing a poverty mindset, or are you choosing an abundant mindset? That's the choice. What are you choosing? Proclaim it to the universe right now. What am I choosing? What are you choosing? Are you choosing a poverty mindset, Or are you choosing an abundant mindset? Because you see, a lot of people, they don't like talking about abundance. They don't like talking about what could really change their life for the better. They don't like talking about what could help them grow. And every single day, you have to remind yourself that if you want abundance, you must talk about it. You must immerse yourself in it. I did the whole videos on the UFO series. You know, a lot of people love those videos. And it's fantastic to talk about that. But I'm also very practical. Because we're living on Earth, dealing with human problems right now. And that means you have to ask yourself, how is this going to change my life? Am I focusing on information that's going to change my life in a practical way? I'm not practical. I can do both. I can talk about UFOs, then at the same time, I can also say, okay, let's talk about becoming our greatest version, because that's more important, actually. That's far, far more important. So I'm wise enough to know, focus on the tangibles. Focus on the tangibles. Focus on what can change your life right now. A lot of people get caught up in information that only leads them to the darkness, only leads them down a dead end, a dead end alleyway. And by the time you finish consuming it, your life is still in the same position. So every single day, remind yourself, am I willing to be hungry for information? Am I willing to be ready for new information? There are a lot of people, but there are only a few that will be chosen. There are a lot of people out there, but there are only a few who will really manifest their dreams. Don't you see? Everything is like this in the universe. There will only ever be a few people who actually make it, who actually manifest their dreams, because it's very difficult. You've been sold the lie that it's easy. You've been sold a lie that, hey, you can just wake up and then it's there. But people who have manifested, they'll tell you it's a lot of work. Sometimes it's blood, sweat, and tears. It's a marathon. It's extreme focus, extreme discipline. It's fun as well, but it's a lot of work. Most people aren't ready for that. Most people don't even know what it takes. So we say 10,000 hours is the time that's needed for someone to manifest. We say 10,000 hours is the time that's needed for someone to manifest. Have you put in those 10,000 hours? That's the question. Have you put in those 10,000 hours? That's the question. Have you put in those 10,000 hours? That's the question. Everything you need to know for you to change your life for the best, the secret recipe to becoming your greatest version. People are drawn to people who are doing better for themselves. You see, a lot of women say, hey, I want a bad guy, but they end up marrying a mathematician, a scientist, a doctor, someone who is working hard in their daily job, providing a service to other people. That's what women want. They want a guy in uniform, right? Exactly. We're drawn to people who are doing something, who are showing a level of expertise, a level of discipline, a level of hard work. These are the people we're drawn to. Ultimately, we're drawn to people who are becoming their greatest version. And this is the reason why, if you really want to become your greatest version, you must say, hey, it's time for me to stop leading myself to a path that doesn't have a future. And the road so many people take is a dead-end route. It might feel good. Like I say, you might get some attention. You might even be a viral sensation. But that still may not have anything to do with your purpose. Truth Seer, you are most definitely appreciated. Thanks, Ralph. I appreciate that. Deep Divers, hit that like button. Share the video. Hit that like button. Share the video. Hit that super chat. If you got something to say, got a question, you want it displayed on the screen. Truth Seer, giving thanks. You're most definitely appreciated. Thank you, Ralph. Everything you need to know to change your life for the best. The secret recipe to becoming your greatest version. You see, I'm somebody who's been here long enough to know how the story plays out. And I was wise enough to know I don't want to be here for a short time. I'm going to be here forever. And I'm still here. And the reason why is because I had a 50-year plan. It's now moved to a 100-year plan. I told you about goals. I told you about vision boards. I told you about all of these things. To start talking not in terms of days, but in terms of years, having a 50-year plan, 100-year plan, 5-year plan is great. A lot of people only live for today. And they wake up and wonder why their life is not better tomorrow. Because if you don't plant the seed today, your future self can thank you for, you're going to be stuck. You see, I've already made so many investments, deep divers. I'm already set for life. I'm already set for life. The reason why is because I think a million steps ahead. A million steps ahead. And I'm someone who reverse engineers everything as well. I'm someone who is able to see that you don't want to have all of your eggs in one basket. Let me give you an example. So when I was creating content, I made a few very important decisions. And this is key. When we talk of becoming your best version, what did I do? I said, okay, if I'm creating content, I have to learn how to be a producer. You know, I spoke about this is the difference between those who become wealthy and those who remain in a poverty mindset. A lot of people on the planet only consume. And while consuming is okay, it is only okay under one condition, that you're also producing. If you're producing, you can consume as much as you produce. That's the equation. But if you're someone who's only solely consuming, you now miss out on the opportunity of a greater manifestation. And that's why I say every single day, ask yourself, what am I producing? Because this is the secret to becoming your best version. Manifesting. What am I producing? What am I producing? What am I producing? Many people, they go through life, and the reason why they don't produce is because producing is not easy. It takes time. Just like if you're producing a musical track, it's a long process. Sometimes it can take weeks. You might be in that studio just trying to get the drum right, get the guitar right. It doesn't just manifest like that. It's a whole process. And when we talk of becoming your best version, when we talk of manifesting, going to the next level, it's exactly the same thing. It's a whole process. It's a whole process. And we have to respect the process. We have to realize everything takes time. Everything takes time. And you who are becoming your best version today, remind yourself, don't compare your chapter 1 with someone else's chapter 20. That was a slow motion. Charvin, shout out to you. Love and Light Ralph, affirmations for manifestation. Give thanks for the positive energy you share. Feeling you from sunny Grenada. Hey, Grenada in the house. Grenada in the house. That's what's up. So we've got to remind ourselves every single day that it's not easy, but everything has to do with your timing. Everything has to do with you realizing you're literally climbing Mount Everest. You're literally climbing Mount Everest. This is how hard it's going to be. When you're climbing that high mountain, you don't just go there without any supplies. You got to stay hydrated. You got to make sure you got the right equipment. You're going to have to realize that you might fall. Rocks might crumble in front of you. All kinds of things will happen. But one day you'll get to the top. It's the same way when we talk of becoming your best version. So many people out there, like I said, have fallen into the trap of delusions of grandeur. Delusions of grandeur. Because we're in a world right now where you can fake it till you make it or not make it, you can kind of create a perception that you're doing better than you're actually doing. You can even trick yourself into thinking you've already manifested when in actuality you haven't. And this is very dangerous. What a lot of people do on the planet, they trick themselves into believing they've already made it. And this actually distracts them from actually making it. So they shoot themselves in the foot. They don't even have a leg to stand on, because what happens is you're so busy trying to flex it on the gram, on TikTok, like, hey, look at my life. My life is so amazing. It's only making you harder. It's only making it harder for you to actually manifest and actually create the life you want. And therefore, you have to remind yourself, hey, I don't want to flex. I don't want to show people I'm living this perfect life. I've got to be mindful that I got to go out there and do it. Because you see, the people who are really doing it and manifesting, becoming their best version, they don't have time to show you Bentleys and Ferraris. The people who really have it, they don't have time for that foolishness, because they really have it. They can really manifest it. And it's a secret. Those who really have it, you don't see it. Those who don't have it, you will always see it. I, Ralph Smart, could spend my entire day wearing Rolex watches, right? Richard Mille, all of these designer things, and I can do that. It's not hard to do. And everyone will say, oh my gosh, Ralph is so wealthy. But I could be broke. So when we talk of becoming your best version, you don't want to flex when you're not really living that life, because all of that is going to make it harder for you to actually manifest. There are people who are manifesting so much, they just wear a regular t-shirt, jeans and a t-shirt, flip-flops. You don't even realize this person is really manifesting so much. You have some people who are trying to impress other people so much that their own life is a mess. They might be driving a BMW, but their house, they haven't even cleaned their room. And that's why, the art of becoming your best version and manifestation is the art of realizing you have to start from the inside. You have to start from the inside. And that is essential. Every single day, ask yourself, am I someone who doesn't have to impress other people? That's essential. If you wake up with the need to say, oh, I've got to impress other people on TikTok, on Instagram, or any of these sites on YouTube, you're in big trouble. You're in big, big trouble. I spoke to a friend who was on TikTok, and I'm on TikTok Deep Divers at Ralph Smart. Also add me on Instagram at official Ralph Smart and Twitter at Infinite Waters. Deep Divers, hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video, become your greatest version. So I told her that she has a lot of attention. Very beautiful woman. But I told her, be careful. Because she said, I saw her one day outside and I said, oh, how's TikTok going? She was like, it's okay. But I could see by her face she wasn't so impressed. But seeing her in real life and then on TikTok is two totally different people. Two totally different people. And I would have expected everything she's been doing for her to have made a lifestyle out of it. But in actuality, she hasn't. And a lot of people get caught up with attention. You might think I'm getting attention. Like there was a girl who was working in Home Depot, right? And she got some attention. But she's saying, hey, I had to quit my job. It's a struggle out here. Because I told you, don't be fooled with attention. There are a lot of people who have attention, but they're not manifesting what they truly want. There are some people who are just very quiet and they're manifesting everything they need. And this is a key to becoming your greatest version. Don't be fooled by millions of people. Many times you don't need millions of people. You only need a few good ones around you. A few good, because you see, in life, Deep Divers, you will only ever have a few good people around you. And in fact, the less people you have around you, the more successful you will become. The less people you have around you, when you have a good circle of people, good circle of friends, that's all you need. But in fact, the more people that you have around you, you'll only invite more problems into your life. And the reason why is because people are at different places in their life. People's visions are different. Their goals are different. Their aspirations are different. And a lot of people who have manifested big, who are really becoming their greatest versions, they realized that. They said, actually, I don't want a lot of people around me. There are people around you. You say, oh, that's my friend. But actually, they're wishing on your downfall. They don't want to see you. They don't want to see you win. They don't want to see you shine. And that's the reason why people who are highly successful, people who are becoming their greatest version, they have less people around them. I had to learn that secret a long time ago. And ever since, well, you can see the manifestation. Everything you need to know to change your life for the best, the secret recipe to becoming your greatest version. Deep Divers, hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video, hit that super chat. You got a question? Let's give thanks, deep divers. I've been going in over an hour. Pure knowledge and information. And I still got energy. So once again, hit that like button. I'll play a song. You got a question, interact with the show, hit that super chat. Let's talk about it. Give thanks.
One day, I believe in the future. I believe in the past. I believe what you truly desire, you can bring to pass. All you need is a focus and a story to hold, and the faith that you can achieve what's inside your soul. Someday we'll make it on by. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say, either way, we're gonna get. Someday we'll make it on by. Someday. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say, either way, we're gonna get better. Know that you can make it. Hold it tight, cause they will try to take it. Keep it close, cause they will try to shake it. But whatever you do, don't let them break it. Cause each moment's just a new chance to take into your own hands and shape the life you see inside your dreams. Someday we'll make it on by. Someday. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say, either way, we're gonna get. Someday we'll make it on. Someday we'll make it. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say, either way, we're gonna get better. In your heart there lives a dream for your soul to master. From the moment that you breathe, get to chasing after. Yeah. All that you want, all that you ever dreamed. You can make anything of this life. Someday we'll make it on by. Other days we only can try. Someday we only try. No matter what people say, either way, we're gonna get. Someday we'll make it on by. Someday. Other days we only can try.
Powerful information, right? Powerful information. Shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. Everybody who's diving deep. Sway the Airbender, shout out to you. Great question. How to stay consistent in all areas of your life. How to stay consistent in all areas of your life and thrive. Gratitude, Ralph. That's the question. Great question. Great question. You got to remind yourself, thing about consistency is to let go of imposter syndrome. Remind yourself you are worthy to be here. You deserve to be here every day, all day. Also, with consistency, you have to remind yourself that consistency, you got to become fearless. You've got to become fearless. You see, a lot of people are proud. Every single video I make is a masterpiece. I'm still growing, but I'm creating at a very high level. But I had to be wise enough to not fall in the trap. And the trap a lot of people fall in is what I call the artist syndrome. And the artist syndrome is creating something so good. Ever created something so good, deep divers, you're afraid to create something else? Happens all the time with people. Sometimes you create something that's amazing, and then you're like, I'm just going to talk about that every single day and think of that every single day. You actually stagnate. Like every video I put out is a masterpiece. People say, gosh, Ralph, that's amazing. But I'm not getting stuck on what people are saying. We got work to do. We got work to do. We're not in the stage of ruminating on our past achievements and gloating over it. We're on to the next one. And this is how to stay consistent. You have to be on to the next one. Every single day, you must be on to the next one. You must be moving forward. You must be going forward. You must remind yourself that today's a new day. Let me be consistent. Let me move forward. That's what you always have to do. Every single day. Don't rest on your laurels, because you see, a lot of people, they get stuck. Oh, that was so amazing. Then they don't create anything else. I'm constantly creating because I'm constantly reminding myself that I can always grow more. And also, I'm not here just to impress everybody. I'm always very unorthodox. When you've been here as long as me, you've been through it all. You've been through, okay, I want to get 1 million subscribers and all of that stuff. You're already past that. Now we're humanitarians. We're Bob Geldofs right now. We're doing things not only for ourselves, but things which can have a far-reaching impact on millions of people. And this is what we do it for. The secret recipe to becoming your greatest version. Always remind yourself, deep divers, every single day to make sure you're saying the right words. Make sure you realize that it's not just about saying, hey, I want to make money. Ask yourself, what service do I want to provide? And it's also about realizing you have to get out of the poverty mindset. Every single day, you have to get out of the poverty mindset and realize abundance is the natural state. Abundance is the natural state. Abundance is always the natural state. So, like I say, deep divers, there are so many great things happening right now. And I'm always going to be bringing you this kind of information because it's the most important information. Everything else doesn't come close to information you need to change your life on a personal level. Everything else is just popcorn. But when we talk of the real information, the life-changing one, where you can say, hey, I changed my entire life, got a different house, moved into another neighborhood, life is good. And that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. So, like I said, deep divers, we're in truly powerful times right now. Let's always remind ourselves to become our greatest versions. Let's always remind ourselves to keep elevating. And I'm excited. I'm excited to be on this journey of becoming my greatest version. Every single day, I'm excited. And the reason why is because I realize it is a bitter, sweet truth. It is a bittersweet truth. And the bittersweet truth is, it's not always glamorous. In fact, 80% is not glamorous. It's real work, learning things, figuring out things. But it is the most satisfying work. And once you are growing on that journey, you realize it's all you've ever needed. It shapes you into who you are right now. If I was going on a destructive path full of drama and gossip, I wouldn't be here today. And a lot of people aren't here today because they chose that path. And a lot of people aren't going to be here next year because they're on a path which is not helping themselves. Even though they're getting attention, there are people who are doing things for attention and it's not working because we're in the age of elevation. Deep divers, hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. And once again, shout out to everyone who's been here, everyone who's diving deep. You're most definitely appreciated. I'll be back. Once again, make sure you share this video. We talked about a lot of things, and that's what I'll be doing. I'll be making videos. We just go live, talk about it. It's peace.